Hello, this is my video submission. This is Christine Furtaw for EDD834. I wanted on the record that I did not plagiarize my original work, but I am complying to this ridiculous request as a form of power. So we're going to talk about the 5 types of leadership power, including legitimate power, coercive power, and reward power and expert power. And by knowing the different types of power, you can identify your own sources of power and how to effectively use them. It's important that you use them ethically as well. For example, if you have expert power, you can share your knowledge and expertise with others to help them learn and grow. And if you have reverent power, you can build trust and rapport with others to motivate and inspire them. Recognizing the source of power of others and how to respond to them appropriately. For example, if someone has legitimate power over you, you can respect their authority and follow their rules. It's easy to do when you have legitimate power. If someone has coercive power over you, you can resist their threats and protect your rights, or you can choose just to comply because it's just easier. You can develop your leadership style and adapt to the different situations and people. For example, if you want to increase your reward power, you can offer positive feedback and recognition to others for their achievements. These can be different types of rewards in the workplace. If you want to increase your reverent power, you can show empathy and care for others' needs and feelings. Knowing the 5 types of leadership power can help you become a more effective and ethical leader who can influence others positively and achieve your goals. There are many advantages and disadvantages to each type of power, and it's important to know those. These types of social power have some disadvantages, and they include these. Legitimate power being used to establish order and authority in an organization can also lead to abuse of power and resentment from followers. Reward power can be used to motivate and encourage followers to achieve their goals, but it can also create dependency and unhealthy competition among followers. Rewards in sales is known to create unhealthy competition among followers where people steal each other's leads. Coercive power can be used to ensure compliance and discipline, like in the video that I put together and cut and pasted and had the words just typed in and AI actually said them for me because I'm very uncomfortable on the camera. The military or police, they have force, but it can also cause fear and resistance. Expert power can be used for guidance and share expertise, but it can also create arrogance and silos. Lastly, there's reverent power, and this power can be utilized to create rapport and loyalty, but it can also lead to favoritism like specialty jobs and things of that nature among followers, which can create jealousy. You might ask, is one type of power more dominant or effective in our work? That's where I had the 2 people talking in the different voices, and their factors and the culture and values of the organization, the goals, looking at the objectives, the leader and followers, the situation, the context of the interaction, the personality and preference of the leader and followers. For example, in our organization, we have a hierarchical and formal type of organization, and we use legitimate power. A lot of times, effective marketing and creative organizations will also use this as a source of power, and that's legitimate power. These are experienced people. These are people who have personal insight into their power source. So that's their dominant power. The alpha dog concept is the term that I spoke about last in the video, and that is a term that refers to a leader who has the most influence and authority in a group or the organization. It's based on an idea that the humans have evolved from animals, pack animals, that there's a dominant leader. That dominant leader decides who eats, who doesn't eat, who gets good shifts, who doesn't get good shifts, who gets good assignments, who doesn't get good assignments. And if they're kind, they protect their pack, they can really be influential. If they show empathy, they can be even more influential. And it is the one who has the most social power is that alpha dog. So they have the highest status in the group, and they're usually respected and admired, but they could be feared depending on how they use that power. So you might ask, who's the alpha dog at the place where I work? Well, some people might say it's the CEO because he has the most legitimate power. He has the final say on everything. People really pay attention when he's in the room. And then some may say it's a manager of an area, and that's because they have the most reward power directly to that team member and the ability to punish right over them. It might be the department supervisor because they have the most coercive power and they have authority over the rules and the regulations. And some people might even say that it's me, or it's the person that I was fake talking to in this interview, because we have reverent power, we have friendship, we have trust, we're talking, we're communicating, we're building bonds, and we're helping to support each other. So there's really no alpha dog in a good company, and that's okay not to be able to identify the specific alpha dog. Because again, it's not always the best thing to be an alpha dog. You can end up being the target of envy, hostility, or sabotage from others who want to challenge the power or status. It can sometimes make you lose sight over your values or empathy, and it can really hurt people who are less privileged or uncomfortable in doing what you want them to do. So it's really important that we bring this core alpha dog mentality not to be accepted in the workplace. It usually doesn't meet the core values of an organization, especially in education. And it can sometimes make people lonely and isolated or stressed from having too much responsibility or pressure on their shoulders. And so I'm going to cut to the end because I'm already at 7.5 minutes, and that's one reason why I decided to do the voiceover, so I could stay on task with this and really make it creative and exciting. But I know it's important to see my face, so we're going to make sure that we follow up with this and give you a good closing. So we should all use our social power wisely, responsibly, and we should use our social power to help ourselves and others achieve goals and fulfill our potential. And we should use our social power to create a positive and productive work environment, no matter where it is. And then we should also make sure that people feel valued. People feeling valued is super important in the workplace and in the classroom. And we should make sure that we empower each other to have that creative outlet and discussion before we accuse. So rather than dominate or manipulate each other, we should use our social power to be good leaders and good followers. And I really hope this dialogue, just as I said in the video, helps you to understand the concepts of the 5 types of social power, a dominant type of social power, and in my work situation and the social setting, and the alpha dog concept. Thank you so much for your time.